going to catch up to where we left off, which is building our Battle Game World Interaction Manager. And so we don't really have a specific use case for this yet, but we're going to just kind of build out and have tests for it so that when we are ready, we can use it right away. So let's get straight into testing. So this is the Interaction Manager, Battle Game World Interaction Manager. And we're going to need our game input tools. Game input tools. Game input tools. And I believe we're going to need our container. That should be all we need. So let's get this set up. So we're going to say game input tools equals mock game input tools. I think we'll need to use the mock. And then we need to do our container equals mock display node container. And actually, I think we need a mock display node container. And finally, we have our interaction manager equals new interaction manager. Battle Game World Interaction Manager. Interaction Manager. Game input tools equals game input tools. Interaction Manager init. And then we assign our display. Interaction Manager container equals container. Okay, so now what we can do is test should assign to register all mouse events, all pointer events. So interaction manager, actually we need to do container register pointer event type click cast is not null verify, and we're going to need a bunch of these. So pointer 1 click, I probably should stick with this. Oops. We have 1.1 up, down, move, move, which I think we just need up, down. So we can do 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, and then double click, zoom, pointer move, and I believe that's all of them. Yep. So now that's the mock display node container. We need to run our tests. This should fail. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a private inline function register all events. And we need the display. What we can do is do this. And register all events that way. And then we can do this interaction container. 2, 3. So, and game world up. Pointer 1. There we go. And this is going to be up, down, game world, pointer, up, pointer, down. Two, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. So just filling this all in, and now we've got 1, 2, 3. We've got pointer 1, double click, 1, double click, and I think we're just going to do click. And we have zoom, game world, zoom, and this will be pointer move. Okay. So there's that. It's going to be pointer 1 up, and we're going to have down, one, 2. So 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3. 1, 2, 3. This is going to be this one, and we're almost there. We should have a passing test after this. There we go, passing tests. Off to our next one. Test should register all events on previous container if reassigned. So it's this again. And this is going to be run register. So register everything, and then we need to do our new container lock display node container lock display node container. And we're going to our interaction manager, interaction container, new container. And so that will do its thing. So we're going to say, oop, oop, oop. Not so fast. Mock display node container. Now, PRF and register all events. Inline. And this is going to be on register pointer events. It's essentially the same thing. Is register pointer event. There we go. And now we need to call it, which is on register all events. And there's that. And it borked because it is null. So we're going to do this. Should not uninitial events if has never been assigned. That's 0, 0, 0, 0. There we go. And now when we do if interaction container equal to null. There we go. I'll have 2 more passing tests. So now we just need to pass down the event to the game tools. After our test fails. I think we need to do this. There we go. So now should pass event to game tool to print game tool. So what we're going to do is we're going to reassign here so that we can get a handle on the event. So I'm going to say new container, register pointer event, pointer event type, click. This is going to be args, and this gives us the pointer type of handler. So handler equals pointer event void equals args1. And now we're going to assign that. Handler, we need a pointer event. I think that's all we'll need. Okay. And we're going to say PE. And we want to make sure our game input tools, pointing tool, pointing source listener, pointer advance. So that's it for there. So now we're going to do game input tools, current tool, pointer click, PE, verify. And get current tool. That's not going to work. And we need to do var handler pointer event void equals null. Game input tools. Okay. $9.90. Right, access not allowed on pointer events. Oh, this is why. We need to cut this. Oops. That was a strange cut. Cut that. And we say cast is not null dot calls. Typo error there. And game input tools has no tool get current tool. Strangely enough, it's telling me to use a function that we're using. Okay, I see what's going on here. We need private var current tool mouse input or pointer input tool. No. Where are you? Game input tools, pointing tool. Game tool. And pointing tool just has that. So, do we have a mock pointing tool? Mock pointing tool. Oh, do. Okay. So now we say here we're going to say game input tools get current tool returns current tool. And now we can say current tool that. Now that makes sense. There we go. So there's our fail. Let's make a pass. We're going to say game input tools, current tool, pointer click event. I should pass it. There we go. So now we just need to dry this up and run a test on everything. PRV, PRF, and we're going to say set up all pointer event handler. So we're going to give it we're going to return the pointer event void. And pass it the new container. Display no container. And now we do 2 up, down, actually we can't do that, can we? So we're going to undo that. Just going to get the handler and our event type, enter event type, handler equals setup all pointer event handler, new container, event type, setup pointer event handler. In that case, it's going to be pointer event type click, and then we can do we don't need the handler anymore. So now we can say validate on pointer click. This is the only tricky one. We'll call it verifier, and that's going to be pointer event void. I don't know if that's going to work. Current tool on pointer click. What is it? What do we call it? Verifier. PE dot verify. It's kind of weird, tricky. weird, tricky. What we could do is we can do function pointer event pointer event void this, and now we say current tool on pointer click PE verify, and that'll work. Verifier PE. Very redundant type of things going on here. That fails. No function pointer. Is that here? So I think we need to do this here. Nope, won't work. We need that there. And what do we get? No function pointer. Still think we need this here because we actually validated, we register all the events. New container. Okay, so it's a little bit tricky. We're going to give it the handler. Handler, which is going to be pointer event void. Handler event. Input at this point we should probably just return the handler as we had originally. And this would be I wanted to make it as dry as possible, but not going to happen. Oops. So we did that. Handler. Darn. taking steps backward now. Okay, let's undo that. It's on line 95. Handler pointer event. So this would be pointer event void. Dynamic pointer event void. Verifier handler pointer event. Still not working. No function pointer. Because it's a race condition. Okay, let's think here. Because we've assigned the interaction manager, but at that point we don't have the handler. Let's just undo all this. This will return the handler. Our handler is a pointer event void setup pointer event handler new container pointer event type click. And now we can do here. Yeah, see, that's not going to work still. Still not going to work. Still back to a race condition. So we're back to this. Pointer event type. So we haven't gone anywhere. Could probably do this. That'll save us some effort. Oops. And at this point, I'm going to assign that. And we should have our handler. And that'll pass. So what can we get away with here? feel like we could probably do all of this. Verify event. New container. Display. Not display new container. And enter event. Verify event new container PE. Well, that. So that did it. So now oops. What we can do is simulate event. Okay. Apparently you can't do that. Simulate event. There we go. And we're going to do the event type. Enter event type. Event type. Enter event type. Click. There we go. So now up, down. So this should fail. That should pass. Didn't pass. Why didn't it pass? Because we're not doing one thing. On pointer up, on pointer down, on pointer right click, on pointer right up, on pointer right down. I need to consolidate all these different terms. Enter middle click on pointer middle up on pointer middle That can close, that can close. And we're going to do on pointer right click, right up, right down. So we do middle, up, down. We should have a passing grade at this point. Double click. Yep. Enter. Double click. Pointer 1. Sorry. Zoom. Scroll. And last one would be pointer move on pointer move. Almost done. On pointer double click. On scroll. On pointer move. Look at that. Passing tests, and we have one more test to run, which is test should expose. And this should do all of the rest of our work that we need to do. So we're going to, I think we have our setup already to go, so we can just say interaction manager, expose. We're going to need this. We're going to need to do interaction manager game input tools, assert is null. Assert is null. The interaction manager container. I think that's all we have. Yep. So we're going to do unregister all events. The interaction container equals null. And then our game input tools equals null. And this actually might crash because of this. So we might want to do it this way. Yeah, so what that does is it passes null into here. And what we need to do is we need to unregister all the events, and if value is equal to null, unregister all the events, say not equal to null, and now it's nulled. Annulled. Very concise. And we have, this was invoked twice, unregistered pointer event. So we don't need to do this. And there we have it. There's our passing tests. So let's do input, battle, game world, interaction manager test is 100% covered. Cool, all right, so making sure our test coverage is still looking good. Status, git commit, added game world interaction manager tests, git push Skylar master, and let's take a look at our injection mappings. I believe we've got this all set up. We've got our injection layer, injection container. We have a assigned game input tools. Our current tool is our default battle pointing tool. So we can just do a quick validation here. We're just going to say on pointer click, trace game world is handling click. So now everything has built. My cat is staring at me. It's going to be a good day. No C++ 11 extensions. And there we go. Gotta make sure our terminal is available. Move around, click on the monster, handling click. There you go. And right click is not being logged, but that's okay. That's being there. What we can do is just for one more proof. Trace game world is handling right down. Handling right up. Oops. Ooh. Try that out. Let's get this built. So pull it up. There's our guy running around. There's our click. Right down, right up, right on. Right, so everything's looking really, really where I want it right now. I'm just going to take these out just because they don't mean anything to us at the moment. And what we can do is set up, one thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be able to click the screen. Is the game running still? Nope. Don't have any. There we go. We should be able to, while the game's running, we should be able to put our mouse on this guy and click him and actually have him select or say we found him. Not as easy as it sounds, but also kind of as easy as it sounds. We could do it. It's really easy to do. We'll do it right now. I'll just show you. We need our game world. Actually, I think it's this one here. And there's a get item at world point. I already have it set up. It's just going to iterate through all the objects. So it's already there. So now what we can do is we inject the game world, and here create a point new point e dot screen x e dot screen y. And what we'll need to do is we'll need a screen to world, so our world point equals game world screen to world, that's just the point, and then we do game world get item at world point, and this is going to be the game object. And now we can just trace that out. Game object. And I believe it checks by the, like, as a world entity, which I think a world entity is a base object. So we're just going to grab the entity. Game entity. Or world entity. There we go. World entity. And just going to make sure here, I think it looks based on the footprint. And let's just run it. And while it's building, we'll do a quick look on the, I think it's under the game entities. I made a post display, that's not it. Interactive game object, that's this guy. So we are putting a footprint on them. So let's go here, and we should be able to click here. No, not fully sure where in the world that is. So we could have a bug. Or our footprint doesn't make sense, which is actually quite probable. Entity location plus footprint rect x. So let's do a quick gander at this. Trace point x, point y, point z, get item match, and here x, z, rect, y. And then we're going to place the rect. See if we can get any more details out of this. And let's make sure that we aren't missing our semicolons. That's also a good plan. So simple if there's no bugs, but it looks like there's a bugs. So here we're gonna, looks like get item match and pointer down. So here there should be close to 0. pretty close to 0. So here, we're getting lots of strange object locations. Feel like 304. This zombie guy might be 70. That could be me. So here it's saying a match 108, 191. Am I reading that? 108, 191? There we go. So it thinks I'm right there. So he will probably be somewhere around here as well. Guessing? 30. I think that's just coincidence. So for some reason it thinks I'm at this. So I am the last one. So looks like I need to probably subtract that. Or fix the footprint. Let's do that. In fact, footprint is probably not even the right thing. It'd probably be better to do it on the bounds. So let's rerun this. We're going to restart that. And I think I'm at I don't know, 216. $216, $384, so it's even further. Right. 216, $384. Something right there. So I probably need to subtract the height of the image, which is hard to know. So we're just going to do 40. And then negative 20. That'll be just be close enough. And like I said, we should probably be doing bounds. and not the footprint. So it goes kind of on his feet. So if we cast that guy there, still can collect him, and we can collect him as well. And we go here, and if we move up, and click there, click there, click there, nothing. So it's pretty close. If we do the bounds, it would be much closer. There we go. That's that. That's it for the day. You don't really need to save any of this stuff. So get reset hard, because we're going to be playing with it in a better way later. So I'm going to set that. And we're going to tag it. So let's go date, get tag 2016 08 25 08 38 git push Skylar this tag. Beautiful. That's it. Happy coding. See you tomorrow.